Well, hello. Welcome back to another weekend. So this week is Thanksgiving week here in the United States. I know those of you up north in Canada celebrated about a month ago, but it is Thanksgiving week in the US, which means the holiday season is officially upon us. So in case you need some Bronco stuff to put on your Christmas list this year, I got a list of 5 items. All of them are under $100. Most of them are comfortably under $100, just because I know everybody's wallet is a little bit lighter this year than they would like. So let's dig into it. Welcome to the Bronco Break. All right, so before we jump into this, just a quick heads up in case it's been a while since you've plugged into the Bronco news stream. 2026 Bronco order banks are open now. You can go to your dealer today, place your order. Production begins in January. In addition, Ford actually updated build and price online in a timely manner this year. So both the Canadian site and the US site is available. If you haven't checked it out yet, I highly encourage you do. The Badlands in particular, you can do some crazy mixing and matching with the hardtop colors this year, which is pretty cool. Some of it is awesome. Other color choices are questionable, I would say. But yeah, check it out if you haven't already. Let the fun begin. So first on the list, Fender Badges. You probably can't see that, can you? Bam, Fender Badges. This in particular is from Etsy. It's a solid metal, nickel. I think it's from a seller called We Need Stinkin' Badges. It's a guy down in Louisiana. These things are awesome. I can't wait to install these. I gotta wait for it to warm up a little bit, but yeah, these are awesome. These are stylized exactly like the OEM badges. The only difference is this guy is metal and this guy is just a vinyl sticker. So yeah, I'm excited to install these under $100. But wait, I thought you already had some badges. Yes, I do. I have these guys. You know, they're, well, it's Archetype Racing, which if you're not familiar with that whole saga, they went out of business, stole a lot of people's money, including my own. So yeah, overall very disappointing. Plus just like this color. This color used to be the same color as the OEM badges, and you can see it has faded quite a bit. So these guys are coming off. I'm gonna install those new ones from Etsy, see how they go. By the way, if you like this style badging, the first gen retro script badging, Ford actually sells the official ones on Ford Performance Parts. I will have those, I'll link those down below as well if you're interested. Number 2, allow me to present to you the humble flashlight. Ooh. In all seriousness though, this thing is awesome. This is a Milwaukee Rover. I think Rover actually refers to all of their lighting products, so this is just one of the products from the Rover line. But what makes this awesome? This magnetic base right here and right here, which means you can attach this in a bunch of different places on the Bronco. Here, let me show you. Oh wait, camera would be helpful. Here, come with me, please. All right, self-explanatory, right? But you can stick it there if you need some light while changing your rear tire. If you got a trail axe, put it on your pack rack mount, stick it up there if you really want to. I've actually used it on my, while changing my front tire after some shenanigans by popping it on the screw for the trail sights mount. Where I normally use this is back here. So if you have a Bronco, you will know that the Bronco is pretty challenged in the cargo area lighting department. So what I usually do, you can actually see one right there, I usually just stick these on the roll bar, turn on the flashlight, and then I got tons of light in my cargo area. Doesn't matter right now, obviously, because of the sun. But you know, I'll stick on a clip from this evening so you can see what it looks like. It's good stuff. So there you go, Milwaukee Rover. They usually come in packs of 2. You can get them at Home Depot. I'm sure you can also get them online pretty much anywhere else. There's 2 different versions of this. One of them comes with a fancy rechargeable flashlight thing. The other one just takes your standard AA. My advice, just get the AA one. Just don't make your life more complicated than it needs to be. Just get this. I actually think these are cheaper than the rechargeable one anyway, so yeah. Good stuff. Links will be down below. Next on the list, this one was actually going on my Christmas list this year, but I couldn't help myself, so I got it early. Bam! I know what you're thinking. This is a toy. Yeah, no, this is a toy, but you know, if you're into automobiles and tinkering on your Bronco, I think there is probably a greater than 50% chance that when you were a kid, you were into, you know, Lincoln Logs, Technics, Legos, stuff like that. And this thing's awesome, right? You should, like, this is awesome. Even if you're not into Legos, if you have a son, daughter, niece, nephew that's really into Legos, you should definitely check this out. I know my 5-year-old, whenever she sees a Bronco driving by, she's like, ah, Bronco! Which, you know, I kind of do that too. What's available? Hey, it's another Bronco. Bye, Bronco. Hi, Bronco. What was I talking about? But anyway, yeah, this thing's awesome. I'm excited about it. I think it's like 60, 65 bucks. check it out. By the way, if you're into Legos, like if the words Bricklink mean anything to you, if you're into that sort of thing, there's this guy on Instagram. You should check it out. His name is I can't remember the name of the account. Build Your Bronco, Brick Your Bronco, something like that. Anyway, I'll link it down below. You should. He sells plans for your Bronco. Any Bronco, 2-door, 4-door, any color, any generation. He actually sells plans. You can buy his plans, then you can go on Bricklink, buy the parts you need, and you can actually build your own Bronco. It's pretty cool. Definitely check it out. All right, next two are actually items on my own Christmas list this year, so I don't have them yet. First one is Gluetread. So Gluetread, they sell a sidewall repair kit, sidewall tire repair kit. So if you're unfamiliar with repairing tires, it's pretty easy to repair a tire that's in the tread itself. It's pretty much impossible to repair a tire that's on the sidewall. So if you're off-roading, you get a pinch flat, you blow out the sidewall, you're pretty much screwed. Well, Gluetread actually sells a repair kit to at least temporarily repair the sidewall to get you home. And I will admit I was skeptical about it, but I actually saw it in person. I saw somebody use it in person, and it worked pretty well. It's only like 50 bucks for a kit. Seems like cheap insurance to me. So I'll have that link down below. Check it out. And finally, we have the deflate caps from Apex Designs. So, you know, when you're off-roading, you usually deflate your tires a little bit to give yourself somewhat of a comfortable ride. If you don't have the right equipment for that, you have to frickin' sit there and hold the stupid valve stem for like 5 minutes per tire. It's kind of annoying. I won't lie, it's pretty annoying. So Apex actually solved this. They have self-deflating valve stems where you just pull up on a red tab and it will automatically deflate to the desired air pressure, which is awesome. Except they're like 160, 170 bucks for a set. And frankly, I don't off-road enough to justify that cost. I just don't. But they have self-deflating caps, which are much cheaper. So they're pretty simple. They're just, you know, a typical valve cap, kind of like the factory one, except they're double-sided. One end is just your traditional cap. The other end is actually a deflator, so it'll sit there and press on that valve stem, and it'll deflate the tire for you, which means you don't have to sit there with an air hose or an air chuck or whatever holding down that valve stem to let the air out on each tire individually. You just go around the Bronco, flip all the caps over to the other side, wait a minute or two for it to air down, go around the Bronco again, flip them all back, and then you're good to go. 40 to 50 bucks, not too bad. 3 times cheaper than the fancy ones. Are they as cool as the fancy ones? No, of course not. They don't automatically stop at a desired, you know, air pressure, but much easier to install. And you know, sometimes you don't need the fancy stuff. So there you go. There's my Christmas list for this year. If you got anything to add, especially if you spotted any good Black Friday deals, stick them down below. I'm always on the prowl for some new stuff. As for myself, I found something at SEMA that I'm very interested in. I'm not going to spoil it yet because I don't think I'm going to be able to get it before the end of the year. We'll see, but probably not. I'll have a video on that. Stick around if you want to see that. I will also have my 2026 manual transmission buyer's guide. That should be out before the Christmas holiday, so keep your eye out for that if you're interested. That's all for now. Thank you for watching as usual. Hey, if you're in the US, happy Thanksgiving to both you and your family. Hopefully it's awesome. And with that, catch you on the next one. Peace.